and I will put it on our stream.
Transition.
That looks pretty good. Boom.
Well, I can't see it.
Okay. So we have you on stream now. Now, unfortunately, due to these technical difficulties, the name is wrong. Emily, could you tell us who you are?
I'm Emily Donnelly, and I'll be playing Slay the Spire today.
Excellent. Pay no mind to the nickname of Jazz. We'll update that if we can, which hopefully we'll be able to eventually.
There we go. Oh, is my there we go.
You still hearing us okay? Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep, we can see your webcam. I almost said loud and clear, which is not how that works. Clear. Just clear. We are not. I'm not currently getting any sound from you.
There's not a lot of sound.
Oh, okay, just I wasn't sure if Slay the Spire had a lot of UI noise.
No, you can recommend.
No, it doesn't have a ton.
Okay, cool.
You can rank it way up if you want.
There we go. Hello, well friend.
Well, friend.
You look trustworthy.
Ooh. Going as the Silent.
So, Emily, we did talk a little bit about Slay the Spire. We did talk about what it is at a very, very high level. Could you tell us at a slightly less very high level?
I mean, basically, it's like a card game. You want to be able to build your deck to win, basically. So you want to start with a strategy, which is it's hard to understand unless you've played the characters a lot, but basically you want to pick, like when you get cards throughout the game, you want to try and pick certain types of cards to build a certain type of deck.
Okay. And what is the playstyle like of the character that you've chosen?
She has like a lot of poison.
Okay.
Cards. Yeah.
That's cool. That's something that I understand. So we're going for kind of a going for the long game. It sounds like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to build a poison deck if I can.
Awesome.
Cool. And the really neat thing about this game is I did a lot of work on the UI to make sure that it's easy to understand exactly like what you're doing, what the enemies are doing. So you can see all the enemies, they have a little icon above their head which says exactly what they're going to do. It's like that red sword is how much damage they will deal to you at the end of this turn if you hit pass. If they're doing other things, like applying a debuff or a status effect, etc., those will also show up. So a lot of your turn is managing like, hey, how much block should I need to put up to prevent taking the damage? How much damage should I be able to take?
Yeah.
It's really, it gets real complicated real fast. I played a little bit of this game. I am notoriously awful. I have never finished a run as of yet. But definitely had a lot of fun. Silent, definitely. Lots of fun, interesting challenges as well.
Definitely.
Go and change our game on Twitch to make sure that people know we're playing Slay the Spire and not in fact playing Frog Detective, as fun as that was.
Yeah. It's a very interesting segment of Frog Detective. It's just the part where you go run through a dungeon and sling a bunch of cards to figure out if Susan did it.
Yeah, wow, that's what a wild game. What a varied gameplay styles and visual styles and everything styles. What on earth is this? I was gonna say monstrosity, but honestly, it's kind of cute.
It's a monster.
It's like a one-legged whale shark. I assume it's two-legged. I just can only see one of the legs. I'm noticing a trend here. We're doing a lot of striking.
That very early on, it's pretty common because it's like all the cards you have. But like once I build my deck and maybe take some cards out, it'll be a little more interesting.
Okay. For those unfamiliar with the format of roguelites, so you got your roguelikes and your roguelites, and I know it's not the clearest of naming schemes. Roguelikes are usually characterized by things like procedural generation, permadeath, and building up a character over the course of a run, and then you die and you start all over. Roguelites, with a T, which I'm going to have to really enunciate because, math. Roguelites generally have a higher degree of some kind of meta progression. So over the course of multiple runs, you're somehow getting better overall. In Slay the Spire, a lot of what you change over the course of just your one run is the pool of cards you have access to.
Yeah.
Flying Knee, that's great.
It's a really good card.
And it gains you energy. And how does energy work? Is that your mana pool?
Yeah, right here. Like it determines how many cards you can play in a turn.
Knee of the people, yes.
Knee of the people, the people's knee. The spirit of Captain Falcon lives on.
Snug says Falcon mains in every game. Would that there were more games that would let you just knee your enemies.
I'm putting it on the list.
Games that let you knee your enemies?
What's the features we need to add?
Neutralize. Nice.
Ooh. Potions.
This is a good card.
Wheel. And what does exhaust do?
Means you can't play the card again.
Oh, okay.
Like at all. That in that
encounter.
Encounter, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You walk into a room to find a large hole in the ground. Oh no, an enormous serpent creature with a terrible smile.
Oh, I don't want to.
Hello. What have we got here?
Aww. If you had gotten cursed, what would that mean?
It means that you have a chance to play a curse card, which it gets put into your deck and you can't take it out. So
okay.
you have a chance of playing a card that you can't do anything with. Basically, it's a dummy card. It doesn't do it. It doesn't work. It just takes up valuable space from your other cards.
Hello, not supposed to be runs. Snug says Chris's D&D voices are making an appearance. I can only imagine.
Yeah, this is true. I only started DMing just so I could shout weird voices at my friends.
I really can't fault you that. That's a not insignificant part of why I act, so...
Yeah. Knee of the people! So good.
One of the things... I've only seen Slay the Spire once before, and the thing that I found perhaps most fascinating is the degree to which the designers have... this may sound silly to state it this way, but have leaned into the way that it's a card game. Like the fact that a curse is a thing, that it's not a thing that affects you, the player, like a debuff. It goes in your deck. It makes your deck weaker, but it's just a card.
Yeah.
And we need that mushroom to death.
Absolutely.
An ancient potion. How do the potions work?
You have 3 potions at a time. And they each do different things, and they're up here at the top.
Okay.
So this one's gain 12 block, this one's gain 1 artifact. An artifact, which I have one artifact, will help you by giving you buffs and advantages.
Okay, cool. I assume the potions are all single use?
Yes.
Cool. Apply 99 vulnerable. Interesting.
Yeah. Vulnerable is a status effect that some status effects stack as far as their effectiveness, other ones stack as far as duration. So vulnerable 99 doesn't make it 99 times more vulnerable. It just
it's 99
lasts for 99
turns?
turns. And vulnerable means they take more damage, I believe. So the card seems really good, and then I keep picking it, and then I still lose. So I'm like, maybe it's not as good as I thought.
We got a blob friend. I love blob friends. I have a weakness for ooze creatures in fantasy settings. They're just so cute. I wouldn't want to hug them, but they are very cute. And is the little swirl over this blob, is this because you poisoned it? Did you...
No, he's it basically means that he's thinking about it. It tells you what he's planning on doing on his next turn.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like the little above their head, it'll tell you what they're thinking of doing, either attacking or casting something. He's gonna cast something.
Okay.
Probably a debuff on me.
That's pretty neat. That's really interesting. Remove some of the guesswork.
Remove some of it, but it is predictable patterns. Like this enemy has a thing that it does.
Right.
So the next time you see that symbol on this enemy, you know it means, oh, it's lick, which does, it seems like a weakened or whatever.
Okay.
Or vulnerable? I don't know. I don't know this. I don't play this game. So yeah, so there's a lot of like enemy recognition of like, oh, this is the enemy that does this thing, this is the enemy that does that thing. So they tell you they tell you exactly as much as you need to know to figure out what the heck is happening, without telling you exactly what's happening, which is really cool. So there's a lot of stuff to learn. It's not like that dissimilar from playing like an action game like a Dark Souls. And you're like, okay, what is this character's moveset? What's that character's moveset?
Okay, that was an example of what we discussed earlier. It looks like you got exhausted and slime went into your discard pile?
Yep. And then if you reshuffle, it's going to be there. And you can draw it.
I'll back out.
Now, I saw that the slime split at half health. Do these ones also split at half health?
I don't... No, they don't.
Okay, good. Phew.
Yeah. There are monsters that do split, like, a lot, but not these guys.
Okay. Glad to hear it.
Here's an exhaust card, yeah.
Is block just armor? Basically, does it prevent as much damage as it says it will?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This deck is not panning out the way I was hoping, but hopefully it's still good.
Oh yeah, we're still early stages. We're still in the first area, section, tunnel. I don't know what it's called. There's a lot of...
It's pretty early, but...
The thing that's really neat about Slay the Spire is that it's a very simple game, but there's a lot of very simple things that combined matter a lot. Like, there's this whole map screen, and there's so much detail I've figured out from, like, experts in this game, and I'm like, holy crap, that's a lot of stuff happening. But, like, the map itself is pretty simple. Artifacts by themselves are pretty simple, but hey, look, now you have an artifact, which is like a card, except not really. It just changes basically a fundamental part about the game.
Are you getting multiple treasure chests in a row? Wow. Go us.
Heck yeah. And some of these artifacts can be absolutely game-changing.
Definitely, yeah. I've gotten some really good ones.
Oh, we got a little buggy friend. And by buggy friend, I mean buggy enemy, but...
He steals your gold.
That's not a friend.
No.
That's definitely not a friend. But the bug might be a friend.
Yeah. Which is... like once per turn when they take damage, then they gain block.
Oh, okay. Some cute character design to it. Choosing a thing that... Give me your gold! Stab. Oh my god.
Quinn, you asked earlier about potions. Potions are one-time use, but there is a maximum number of potions that you can hold in your inventory at a time.
Yep.
And there's a really interesting mechanic where... You know, there's a lot of randomization happening, but it's a lot of smart randomization happening in this game. So it's like, oh, for every encounter where you don't get a potion or a rare card, then it tracks that, and then the next encounter, you have a higher % chance of getting it. So if you just get a potion, like it's probably fine to not use your third potion. But if you've gone 4 encounters and you haven't seen a potion yet, there's a higher % chance that you will get a potion, so then you have to worry about like, okay, well, is it worth it using this potion? Should I save this potion for later? Does this potion matter? And then that's just one tiny little thing about the game to think about. And it's too much for me. I die every time. But it's a lot of fun because every run you just learn more stuff.
since it has been a little while, this may be an opportune moment to remind you that we are here raising money for the Bernard and Emily Duker Children's Hospital at Albany Med. That is our local children's hospital. If you donate, all of your money will be going directly to them. You can donate down at the bottom of below the stream. There's a little extra life symbol you can click on. It will take you to our donation page. You can also go to bit.ly/BellandExtraLife to donate. Again, that all goes directly to the children's hospital. And to keep helping us get donations, we'll unlock more challenges for the blocks that we're playing later today.
Yeah. Just like Emily over here is unlocking more cards. I just saw 2 poison pickups, which is awesome.
It looks like, are you buying artifacts and cards?
Yes.
Cool.
Artifacts,
Yeah.
cards, removals, potions. Oh my.
Ah. Is that? Oh, it's an elite. Interesting.
It is an elite. Elites are scary big monsters. However, you do get better rewards for beating them.
Which it seems like that's like another classic roguelite structure. The risk reward. Like, I could make this more challenging for me, but if it works, I'll be in a way better position. What sort of things do we need to worry about coming from this enemy, Emily?
Basically, it just, yeah, like he does a massive attacks, which is this card is really important.
Okay.
Yeah. I just basically want to make sure that I don't take, tons of damage every turn.
That's valid. I really can't fault you there.
Yeah, that's an insane pickup. I have died to this dude because I'm like, oh, he's only doing like 8 damage. That's fine. I have 10 block. Oh, he's doing 12 damage. Okay. Oh, he's doing 40 damage on turn 4. Uh-oh. Oh, he's doing 60 damage on turn 6.
Does he build up over time?
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Ouch.
Like when you play cards, certain types of cards, yeah.
Okay, but you got him to well below half, so we're on the right track.
Yeah.
Hey, got some poison.
Yeah. And the cool thing is that the different characters, obviously they have different card pools from which to build their decks as well, so it's not just their starter deck or their starting artifact that really gives them their personality. And every character has a different primary way of surviving.
Yup.
So
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Oddly smooth
Nice.
stone.
Start each combat with a dexterity, which increases the amount of block you get per card.
Donation.
Oh, hey, the donation announcement is working. Thank you, Carl, for your donation of $15.35, which is very specific.
1535, a great year.
What happened in 1535?
I know exactly what happened in 1535.
I believe you, and I
I'm
will believe you
surprised.
so well that I will keep talking until you tell me to stop talking and regale me with what happened in 1535.
I'm surprised you don't know what happened in 1535.
I'm not. That makes sense to me.
Particularly on July 6th, Sir Thomas More, author of Utopia and one-time Lord Chancellor of England, was executed for treason after refusing to recognize King Henry VIII as head of the English Church and separate from the Roman Catholic Church.
I thought that may have happened in 1535.
Thanks, Coral.
And thanks to Carl, we've all learned something today.
Yeah.
Like that Merc has extremely specific knowledge about the mid millennium. These mushroom guys are kind of horrifying. It's like there's some sort of rat fungus hybrid. It's a rat fungus hybrid that we just need in the mushroom. Oh yeah, 4 choices, nice. Now, would I be correct in assuming that poison is straight up damage over time?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm glad it did not defy my expectation of poison. That would have been kind of distressing, honestly.
Ooh, we made it to the first boost.
It's a slime with a hat! Oh my god! That's adorable. Again, did I mention I like slimes? They're just good. They're just little, balls of friend shape. Not friend texture, again, friend shape.
I appreciate your distinction between friend shape and friend texture.
Well, because like there are friends that I would want to hug, and then there are friends that I don't want to hug, and oozes are all friends I don't want to hug.
It must be a very interesting conversation to have with your friend.
You know, thankfully, I don't know many oozes in real life. Most of my ooze friends are magic cards, and they are the texture of the cardboard is fine.
So you're telling me if there was a slime out there that had the same texture as freshly printed cardboard, you would give it a hug?
Probably, that'd be fine.
Cardboard slime, let's go.
If we were friends, I would need to respect their boundaries.
D&D, let's make it happen. You listening, wizards? It's a free idea. Cardboard slime, Monster Manual 2020.
Did that just poison your upcoming attack?
Yeah.
Cool. You know a couple of cardboard slimes? Interesting. Citation needed, Auron. I can just say will, probably. You'll be on stream in a moment.
Ouch. That was 20 damage to the dome.
Nice. Oh, wait, to our dome. Never mind. Not nice. Not nice. So I have to assume that Slime Friend is going to split in a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Splits at 50% HP. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a... Oh, is that a rock slime? It's got a very shifty eye, whatever it is.
You know, so these slimes will split because I have the split status underneath their health bar.
Oh, okay, so this one can become up to 4 enemy slimes.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I say it's the boost. The big boost.
The slime boost.
Yeah.
Can I tell by my username that you like Final Fantasy? I'm so sorry, friend, but I don't actually know Final Fantasy that well, so no, I did not know that your username came from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I just thought you liked host clubs as a fan. Oh wait, no, it's a different Auron.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's with an O? Yeah. I also don't know that show, but I know enough to know how it's spelled, I guess. One of my favorite things about the this is a bit of a tangent, but the Dragon Warriors and Dragon Quest universe is that the definition of slime is very loose, because it's almost more the shape than anything, because they're metal slimes. I don't know if they're like molten metal or something.
I mean, why would you not have a metal slime? Are you saying slimes can't be metal, Quinn?
I'm saying there are certain texture expectations that I have of slimes.
Texture Expectations is the new name of my Quinn
Quinn Miller cover band, yeah. We are down to 1 big slime, two small slimes. Never mind, I lied. And like, how many bosses are there in the course of a successful run?
In a run, like a major boss, 3.
Okay. Am I stereotyping slimes? I don't think that I am. I think slime usually has a certain implication to the texture. But I will, since you're calling me out, I will call you out for using the wrong form of your. So bam, got him.
Yeah. It's more of monotyping more so than stereotyping.
Monotyping. That you're right, and I don't like it.
Single thing. I'm here all day.
Yep.
Getting it out early.
Thanks, Nocturne. And we got to the slime. Nicely done.
Lots of gold. Lots of cards. Slay the Spire gives you a ton of cards. Especially compared to some other deck builders that I've played. And I have a nasty habit of having too many cards, and then my deck gets too fat. And then I never draw the cards I need to when I need them. So I don't know if you have any particular strategies for making sure that your deck somehow stays consistent.
I usually do, but it's not going the way I want it to go this time.
Totally fair. A coffee dripper? Oh my god. You can no longer rest?
Resting is healing.
Oh my.
Not campfires.
That is rough.
These are not great. Not great at all.
Is that why I gave the option to skip this chest? It's the risk-reward chest?
You can skip it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can skip basically everything. You can skip potions, you can skip cards, you can skip artifacts.
Skip it.
Do bosses always result in that kind of chest?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wild. Okay, that's really interesting.
Yeah. This is the interesting thing I noticed about Slay the Spire in particular. There is no... I haven't seen a single artifact that gives you extra mana that doesn't have a major downside.
What on earth is this? It's just like a quartet of fuzzballs.
It's a cloud of pain.
Is that actually what it is? It's a cloud of pain?
No, it's a something guardian.
Oh, okay. Oh, a spheric guardian.
I can't read.
I'm so intrigued by this thing. And it has a ton of armor, holy.
Yeah.
I suppose after that it will die if you just sneeze on it, but... So, mechanically, what is the difference between it having lots of armor versus having lots of health?
Well, the armor is like, it's separate, so you'd have to get all the armor off before the enemy's health goes down.
Yep.
So it's just an additional, pain in the butt.
Are there any things that can pierce armor?
Oh, I think there is. Not on this character, though.
Okay. Oh wait, it looks like your poison may have gotten through.
Oh, the poison does. Yeah, sorry.
Interesting, okay.
That will go through once it's applied.
Nice. Poison stack. I think we're stacking a pretty good amount of poison on this. I assume it's gonna die soon, regardless of whether we get through the armor.
Yeah, if you have a good poison deck, you can really stack it on and win pretty quickly.
A glass knife. Deal 6 damage twice, decrease the cost of this card by 2 if it's in a combo?
If it's the second card you play.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. As it's out of poison. Nice.
Yeah.
Style points for the Exactsies.
Now, when you notice, there are some cards that have a green text and a plus on them. And we don't go into detail what that actually means.
Those are upgraded cards.
Cool. That makes sense. That is eminently reasonable. We have a siren, I think it said?
Yeah, Slay the Spire is an interesting thing with card upgrades, where every card has one exact upgrade
Okay.
in it. So it's not like, I'm going to upgrade it with this buff or this other thing. It is, hey, there's this card, and then there's a better version of the same card.
Okay.
And you can either pull the stronger version out of it. You can sometimes in a fight upgrade them temporarily. Sometimes you can upgrade them permanently. There's some upgrade, like you can do an upgrade instead of a heal when you stop at campfires, and it's really neat.
Suffer.
Because the upgrades are specifically tuned for each individual card. So sometimes it increases the damage. Sometimes it increases the status effect. Sometimes it decreases the cost. Sometimes it increases the amount of cards drawn.
Makes sense.
It's a very interesting system that I'm not used to.
That is really cool. Something I love about digital card games is when they can do really interesting things that you can't do in a physical card game. You can't upgrade a card in a physical card game. Whoa, what?
Yeah, double the enemy's poison. It is exhaust. It's only once a combat.
It's a really good card.
Does the poison ever go away? Does it last a certain number of turns?
Yeah, it's not permanent.
Okay. Meriden says, Yu-Gi-Oh! Begs to differ, Quinn. Okay, what I mean is you can't easily upgrade the card itself. It takes a lot of text to make it upgrade itself.
I don't know what you're doing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Reading the card explains the card. Also, hey Candeloro, I have so much hair. Yes, you get to finally see my hair for the first time. Welcome. This is what's been under the hood the whole time.
You want to do a close-up for Justin there?
Get in that social distance shuffle. Hi. How are you? This is
the 1 year project, wearing the hat ever since last year's Extra Life, unveiling to the public for the first time. It's glorious. I know, thank you. Thank you. I've been waiting all year for this moment just so I could finally let it be free.
I am really impressed with your level of commitment, because that is a lot of vid calls to make sure that you're not seen without a hat.
Yeah, a lot of vid calls every single day at work after that we were still in the office for 8+ hours a day, sitting down, testing on the hat, making sure it never came off in front of anybody. Oh my god. It was a lot of hats, but it was worth it for this moment.
You know, we often say at Velen that we wear many hats, but usually we don't mean it literally.
Yeah. You know, I'm dealing with many of these little gremlins.
What are those?
They're cultists.
I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah. These guys, if I remember correctly, they're fine until they're not fine, and then things can go south real quick.
Okay. They're enacting a ritual?
They do rituals, and then things start happening, and then lots of stuff. How long is it pulled straight? So that's the fun part. It's like, oh, it's a tight curl, doesn't even hit my eyebrow, and then you pull it straight, and it's like down to my chin.
Wow! That's wild.
It's a very tight curl. The problem is once I pull it straight, it doesn't curl back up as easily, so I gotta like not touch it, which is really stressful. And then once I start touching it, then it gets super loose, and I gotta start tying it back or just getting it out of my face.
You just need some object to fidget, like your designated fidget object that isn't your hair.
Yeah, it's just fun because it's like, oh, here's a tiny little thing. It's like an inch long, but it's actually just down the chin. It's fun. Curly hair, lots of fun. Learned a lot about curly hair in the last few months. Turns out you don't treat it the same way you do normal hair, or not normal hair. Oh my lord,
Straighter hair.
straighter hair. It's cool. It's been a fun learning experience. Also, I somehow messed up the pack that Emily picked a Bouncing Flask, which is one of the greatest poison cards ever. It's so good. And the animation is perfect.
Bounces on
Blink,
them.
blink, blink for each random enemy that it goes for. It's awesome. But see, they used to do 6 each. Now they do 12 each.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
These cultists just kind of escalate in pain.
Also, if you can drive for a sec, I'm gonna go behind that door for some socially distanced sip of water where I can take my mask off.
Sure, sure. Now we'll do 15, but the best damage prevention is called murder. Yeah, because poison triggers before the enemies do. Nice.
Alright, there you go. Socially distanced sip of water and socially distanced accidentally breathing in my water. Don't worry about it.
Turns out inhaling water still does not work in 2020. I've been waiting for a long time. When can you think people will actually be able to breathe underwater? Like, when is that going to happen?
I mean, technically we were all able to at some point in our early lives.
Yeah.
Very, very, very early.
I feel like if I can't get that upgrade in Cyberpunk 2077, I'm going to be very sad. I want to be a gill man.
I have no idea if there's water in that game. It's a weird statement, but you know what I mean.
It's too cyberpunk for water.
Okay, we made it through. We're hanging on to life.
You're hanging on. This seems like a pretty typical silent run, you know. Just not a lot of life.
Also, y'all keep throwing me for a loop. I have to assume the character's name is Silent. You keep saying Silent Run, and I'm like, we're talking. We're all talking. All of us here.
Sorry, the character is called the Silent. I think they're all called the something. So there's
Okay.
the Ironclad, the Silent, the Watcher?
The Watt chair?
No,
the electric chair.
I don't actually know the other two, because I'm bad. There's the
Do you know
robot.
what the two are called?
There's the cool robot. And the ninja.
I'm dead.
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh.
I'll try again
Rest in
tomorrow.
peace.
That's a mood. That's very relatable.
You die in combat and you'll try again tomorrow.
Try again tomorrow. But yeah, that's Slay the Spire in a nutshell. So you're doing great, and then, oh, there's the cultists. Then you just, oh, there goes 40 health. Uh-oh.
So we do still have about 20 minutes. We can start up another run.
Yeah, go for it.
Sure. Why not? I'll try a different character.
Surely.
That's the
Oh.
The art is really good in this game.
Oh my god. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like them already.
The Ironclad is way different. Silent is all about poison and playing a lot of cards in a single turn, and the Ironclad is about armor and smack face.
Okay. That makes sense, given the name. And the
Ironclad
giant spanking
Definitely
sword.
easier.
Yeah. I think they have like some built-in health regen as well, just like a little bit of incidental health regen at the end of combats, which is nice.
Okay. Emily, what else should we know about the Ironclad versus the Silent?
There's a lot of block cards with the Ironclad. A lot of armor block cards. It's very, like, with the other character, you're trying to do as much damage as possible, but with the Ironclad, you're basically just trying to stay alive.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Tira, for the host. I don't know if that's intended to be Tara or Tira, but either way, thank you. Now, is there some kind of payoff the Ironclad has for having armor other than the fact that you'll block damage?
Wait, what do you mean?
So as you build up armor, is there something that you are able to do based off that armor, other than the expected that it blocks damage?
Yeah, you can actually deal damage with armor.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good old hit them with your shield.
Yeah, Armor Bash, really strong. That was a really good card pack too. Cleave, just a massive AoE attack that does 8 damage to everything, is more than most other characters get for free. They don't really have to work that hard for that. Yeah, a little fewer status effect shenanigans happening with him, but definitely more consistent, not dying, and heavy smash face.
I also love the sword it looks like it would be about as tall as they are.
Yeah, it's a little big.
Yeah, it might be even a little bigger. It's a really interesting grip too.
Yeah, it's like you have a backwards, you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, the span's a little bit weird. Normally you want the pointy end to be towards
the
them.
end towards enemy, like a claymore.
But the fact that the grip is that big and they have such a huge, like, so much leverage on it is really cool. I'm a big fan of weapons with
Big fan of big blades.
with not like there's some big blades, but they don't have big grips, which is makes me very sad. Like Cloud's Buster Sword doesn't actually have like that big of a grip.
Oh yeah,
So
like that
you can't have leverage. There's no
so much
leverage.
torque on that.
Exactly. Meanwhile, he has a baseball bat as a grip, and then he has a sword at the end of that, and then he just swings it around. Oh, it's awesome. It's cool. Blood for Blood is a really interesting card, where it costs less for every instance of damage you've taken.
Oh wow.
So if it's like in your opening hand, it's not that great because you're like, oh, here's
What is this?
4-mana card.
What a living wall.
Yeah. Getting a free upgrade.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, there's the body slam. You're asking what's the armor payoff? There it is.
Oh hey,
Deal damage equal to your block.
that's awesome.
Yeah, the one thing to note about block in this game is it does not carry over turn to turn.
Okay.
So if you build up 30 block on this turn and you end turn, it's all gone next turn for the most part.
Understood.
There are cards that allow you to have block the next turn.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and they are really nice because there's nothing worse than fighting a boss and you know that this turn is not the attack turn, but next turn is, and you have a handful of block and you're just like, uh-oh, uh-oh, I'm in danger.
A question card?
Future card rewards have one additional card to choose from in the future.
Whoa, that's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Upgrades, you're good on health, so you get a free upgrade at the campfire instead of health. Oh, yes, big bash, big bash.
Hello, tiny slime.
Can you hand me my phone? Oh, it's right there. I'm just gonna keeping track of some scheduling for next block.
Next up will be Street Fighter.
It is.
Street Fighter 5, specifically, in case anyone was wondering.
Indeed.
Or keep it at current. And by current, I mean, you know, last 5 years. Did Street Fighter 5 come out in the last 5 years? I haven't...
It did come out in the last 5 years.
Okay, good.
It's been like 4 years, I think, which is wild, because to me it's still like, yeah,
it just came out.
No, it didn't. I'm getting older. Can't complain.
I mean, you can. I might disregard you, but you can complain. That's not true. I wouldn't disrespect you like that.
Yeah. Do you have an ascension level turned on too? Sorry, I just noticed that flame icon on the top there.
What do I have turned on?
Next to your current floor level. Yeah. Okay. You're on ascension mode.
Oh, whoops.
That
What did that
explains.
do?
Yeah, well, do you want to explain ascension mode real quick?
Busy on card choices.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking involved.
Shocker. Thinking in my card game? Why I never.
There's a lot of card games where this has like some very straightforward synergies where you're just like, oh yeah, this is good. This is definitely synergizes. This is clearly better. This one is more just like, this is more like this is 66% better than this. This is more of like a 63%, and you're like, well, this other circumstance, but I've already seen this other boss. I have to take this path. But Ascension Mode is a really cool feature, not unlike what a lot of other more modern roguelite games are doing, which is more optional difficulty levels, where every time you beat the game on a certain difficulty level, you unlock the next tier of Ascension level, essentially.
Okay.
So you beat the game normal, you unlock Ascension 1, you get on Ascension 1, you get Ascension 2.
Okay.
Monster Train does this, Hades does a very similar thing.
Yep.
But in their case,
Dead Cells.
you can crank up it, Dead Cells as well.
Which again, we will be playing later today. It will be me. There will be tears. There probably won't be tears, but I'll be upset because I'll die a lot. Thank you for following Quick Pocket. Also, great username.
Yeah.
Better than all those slow pockets out there.
Yeah. I wonder if they're friends with Hot Pocket.
Not every pocket knows each other.
Oh, you're right. You're right. My bad.
I mean, no, Dead Cells is a very pretty game.
Yeah.
It's also a game where you can get very invested over the course of like 40 minutes and then die horribly in 5 seconds. And I routinely do. Nunchucks! Every time you place an attack, you gain...
You gain 1 mana.
Donation.
Oh! Whoa! Thank you, just the letters IC for your $50 donation to the Bernardo Milladuca Children's Hospital at Albany Med.
Yes, thank you so much. And with that...
That is getting us devilishly close to our next donation incentive. Again, at 500, our 1 o'clock block of Rocket League, we will swap to a wacky game mode instead of a standard one. So help us reach that. Keep us going.
Yes, please reach it. I want to have a chance. Because I'm playing Rocket League, and we have some incredibly good Rocket League players who will be part of it. We're talking Grand Champ levels. So, you know... To even the playing field, the more amount of wackiness I can throw their way, make them very happy.
I'll be right back.
All right.
So, I'll be right back.
Right.
Did anything happen to our tiny little poot slime while I was gone?
No, not really.
Okay. What is this screen appearing for? Was that to, like, draw a card?
That was to pick a card to put on top of my draw pile.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. That's a deck and discard manipulating shenanigans.
That's another thing I really enjoy about a card game where you're not playing against a human opponent. They can design all the weird, like, deck thinning and deck stacking stuff that they want. And I especially think it's intriguing how you can try to really set up your next turn for something, like when you're doing combos with the silent, or you're doing the building up your block here, or just sculpting your next draw. Boom, got there.
Boom, boom. Yeah, and the cool thing about, like, you notice the nunchucks have +1 mana for every 10 attacks.
Okay.
The count persists between encounters, so it's not 10 attacks in one encounter. So you can use this encounter and be like, well, actually, I could kill you in one attack, but I want to use 2, so that way it only takes 1 attack in the beginning of next combat to get the extra mana.
Okay, that's cool. Does it keep stacking, or do you need to use it before you get more of it again?
It's just a counter that resets. So it hits 10, it's like, oh, trigger, get the thing, and then resets.
Okay, cool.
So if you don't use it, you don't use it. So sometimes you just want to play around it. And eventually sometimes you have like 10 or 15 artifacts at the same time, and it's crazy.
This looks like a very sad cultist.
Very sad, but very painful.
Are they a cultist? They've got a staff, so I'm inclined to assume they are.
Donation.
Another donation coming in from Winky Face. Thank you, Winky Face, for your $100 donation.
That's a big hundo.
That is a big hundo, and that easily pushes us over the threshold to the Rocket League game mode. I shall alert the Rocket League players not long after this. So again, that wacky game mode will be chosen at time of Rocket League, which is 1 o'clock. Merc, let us do a quick shuffle, because I'm going to double check what our next donation incentive is going to be.
Cool. If I'm not mistaken, that's, wow. That total $550 raised for the Bernard and Millie Duke Children's Hospital. Or Bernard and Millie Duke
Yeah, you're right.
Children's Hospital at
Albany Med. There you go.
In 1 hour and 50 minutes, you guys are the best. We are quickly approaching the total we raised the first time we did this 4 years ago.
It's true. So our next challenge block is going to be the 3 p.m. That is No Straight Roads. Again, that is it's a single player game about, it's kind of a rhythm game, it's kind of an RPG. I'm very excited to see it. If we hit our next donation tier of $750, then Tyler will play that on crazy difficulty, which I don't know much about it, but I hear it's pretty difficult. So please help make Tyler's life more difficult and more interesting by doing that.
Also known as what I do as much as I can for all of my friends.
I'm just delighted. Just delighted.
I just realized they can't see my crap-eating grin through the mask.
No, they cannot.
Oh no.
You gotta emote with your eyes and your words.
Hey.
What are these?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Alternating pyramids of pain is what I like to call them.
Alternating pyramids of pain. Okay,
Yeah.
I accept this.
Because there's 2 cycles, and then they just hurt.
Or APP for short. Construct additional pylons, yes. And they appear to have a jelly bean in them. They are alternating pillars of pain with jelly beans. It's important to stay fed.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a semi-sentient rock pair. Body slam. Bam! Wow, that was nice.
These guys are nasty. They fill up your deck real fast with those daze cards, which are just
Oh, just
draws.
dead cards.
Yeah. And card draw does not come easily in this game.
That's understandable. Especially since you've already drawn a new hand every turn. It seems like it'd be pretty rough. Oh, they shoot lasers too! Their jelly beans are laser flavored.
Laser flavored jelly beans.
I'm partial to watermelon, but laser's a close second. Anger. And a copy. Oh, what? That's so cool! It splits itself. Oh, that's wild. Laser flavor is my Quinn Miller cover band. Thank you, Snugs. I'm here for it. Totally here for it. Bottle flame. Wait, that's say that you'll now start with that in your hand?
Yeah.
What?
That's not mine.
That's so cool.
Sorry, my brain just exploded because I saw
Oh,
the other thing.
yeah.
And I was checking.
I was
out
like, oh, my water. And it's like, not your. No, it's not your water.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't have water. I had coffee.
Right, right.
So I was looking at it, I was just like, why is my coffee clear? This doesn't make sense. Was I that tired this morning? Did I forget to put my coffee in? Because I drink instant coffee now.
Okay.
So like this makes sense because you pour the
Right.
the powder and then you pour it in the water. It's like, wait, no, I tasted it. It definitely tasted like coffee. Why does it look like water? Oh, right, I'm not the only one who has this mug.
A Velen branded mug.
Because I'm not in my apartment anymore. I'm outside. My bad.
Scales, make sure to sterilize it before I drink from it again.
Yeah, I didn't drink anything.
Oh, okay.
I just picked it up and looked at it. I got very confused.
Slime. Okay, so the next attack is going to be really bad. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, though. The ironclad.
Okay, we'll block most of it.
How dare you outside? That's right. Outside!
God, I can't get over how cool anger is as a card. Not as an emotion necessarily. It's necessary sometimes. The card's cooler though. Now, is that splitting mechanic of anger, is that a central thing that the Ironclad does, or does it just happen that you're kind of building heavily into that this run?
Starting to build into it.
Okay. That's extremely cool.
Yeah, especially after that nunchuck upgrade, which rewards you for playing more attack cards.
Oh,
having zero
right, because
cost
there's
attacks.
zero cost attacks. Oh my god.
Synergies!
I love card games. I should play Slay the Spire, is what I'm learning here.
You should. This and Monster Train. Very solid options. There's a lot of good ones out there.
Okay.
Those are the two I have the most time with.
Dash plus. Bam.
Yeah, but a regular bash ain't good enough.
Now, Emily, if you in theory just dealt like a load of damage to one of these slimes in one turn, would they die without splitting?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so.
So you need to like 26-0 them to do that, it looks like. That seems hard. And we've already eliminated one of the mini slimes. Nicely done.
Nicely done.
Also, just a heads up that we have about 5 minutes before we are switching over to our next block.
Okay.
Fortunately, I assume that means we won't be able to reach the next boss. It seems like these encounters take a few minutes at a time.
This is the first final boss.
Oh yeah. So okay,
Oh.
so we'll get a little bit in the next area, and then we'll call it, and it'll be good. God, I just love the idea, the image of a headbutting a slime. You'd probably get stuck, but it would be funny.
Have you seen the Ironclad's mask?
Oh, you probably get stuck.
Oh, not with the mask that cool.
How does the coolness of the mask prevent you from getting stuck?
Because it's a headbutt, and you smash them with your face.
Well, thank you for the follow, Katy Cat.
Have problem, smash face. Look at that.
Excellent. We've made it through Slime Friend again.
Easy money.
I don't know if I'd say easy money. Demon. I definitely read that at first as demon farm. Like, ah, yes, where we harvest our demons. Into the city.
Ooh.
Oh my, it's an infected avocado. You should throw that avocado right out.
I don't know, seems pretty fresh to me.
It looks like maybe it's a hybrid potato and avocado because it definitely has grown like eyes like potatoes do, and the eyes just have a life of their own.
It's a patavocado.
I really don't like this creature. This is super cursed looking.
I love it. It's so cute. You want to give it some scratches?
A scaled parasite. That is a huge hand. Oh wow. Does strength permanently increase your damage for this encounter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, every strength is +1 damage per instance.
Nice. Okay.
So if it's 6 attack, it now is 7 attack. If it's 6 times 2, it's 7 times 2.
Makes sense. More anger! Oh, it's blocked.
So it means it's really good with anger because you get to play 10 cards. Well, that's 10 times your strength bonus as an increase. So it stacks better the more individual attacks that you put. The synergies, they're coming together.
All right, I think we'll kill this patavocado and then we'll wrap things up.
Okay.
Whichever Mercury.
Bam! Take that, avocado. You should have had a thicker skin. Gonna cut you right to your core, by which I mean your pit.
Toast this.
We made it through.
Okay.
I count killing that horrifying thing as a milestone. Well, thank you very much, Emily, for joining us and showing us this awesome game. Is there anything else you'd like to let our viewers at home know before we wrap up?
So, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your run, hopefully.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
So I'm gonna do a little bit of Discord swapping here. We're gonna.